Hello and welcome to Assorted Meeples. I'm Philip, also known as Feel, and today I've got something for you guys. I got this giant box in the mail.
That was the giant box that you were bragging about on our Patreon Discord, Feel? Oh, I'll show you a giant box. This is a giant box. Hey everyone, this is Braden with Assorted Meeples, and today we're going to be unboxing the Dice Throne Legendary Collector Kickstarter. Phil introduced us to Dice Throne a couple of years ago during our Thursday board game nights, and shortly after that they released this Kickstarter with the intention of promoting their variant of Dice Throne Adventures. Now the base game of Dice Throne is kind of a cross between Red Dragon Inn and Battle Yahtzee, but your character decks give you the ability to level up the different types of moves that you can pull off throughout the game, giving you additional options as you progress. If you want to see a couple of games of Dice Throne played, Phil and Heather have actually run through a couple of sessions on their mini-series Table for Two on the Assorted Meeples YouTube channel, and you can find the links in the description below. Dice Throne Adventures is a variant of the typical Dice Throne formula, transforming the game from a competitive free-for-all into a cooperative dungeon crawl. Your dungeon crawl will have you looking through unknown areas, looking for power-ups to eventually complete the dungeon, culminating in a final fight with a boss at the end of the floor. Generally speaking, you're rewarded for completing the dungeon more quickly based on what the Kickstarter initially promoted, so it adds an extra incentive for you not to just power your character up to the moon, but to get what you need and get through the dungeon so you can go on to the next level. So without further ado, let's see what's in this big ol' box. The Dice Throne Legendary Collector Kickstarter comes with Dice Throne Season 1 Rerolled, the Season 2 Battle Chest, Dice Throne Adventures, the Season 1, Season 2, and Dice Throne Adventures card sleeve bundles, including the Treant and Ninja card sleeve bundle added to Season 1, a Dice Throne Adventures playmat, a collapsible dice tray, painted minis for Season 1 and Season 2, and promo packs for Season 1, Season 2, and Dice Throne Adventures. Wow, now that is a lot of board game. But you didn't just come here to see everything all nicely shrink-wrapped and presented on our gaming table, so we're going to go ahead and open everything up here and take a closer look at a couple of the characters from Seasons 1 and 2, the painted miniatures, the promo cards, and of course, the shiny new thing, Dice Throne Adventures. Let's get started! The neoprene playmat is actually much nicer than what I'm used to using for Magic the Gathering and even other board games that have come out with their own playmats. The material is nice and thick, the edges are stitched to help prevent fraying, and the colors are very vivid and robust. I'm a very big fan of this, and really think that a lot of playmat manufacturers could learn a thing or two from what was done with these playmats. The dice tray is pretty middle of the road. It isn't anything particularly spectacular, but it's also not cheap junk either. The corners snap together, you have the Dice Throne logo in the center, and on the sides, you have two different things that are displayed depending on whether you're looking at the long or the short sides. The long side says, "Keep Rollin' Sixes," and the short side says, "Dice Throne." The Season 1 and Season 2 boxes are basically what I remember from when Phil introduced us to this game with Dice Throne Season 2. There are 8 characters in each of the season boxes. Each character has their own tray that contains everything that you need to get that character set up quickly, and they each have their own set of dice that you can throw in the dice tray to try and get one of their attacks to go off. Nothing too new or interesting here to really report on, but it's good to see that everything is basically just as I remember it. and I'm looking forward to trying out some of the characters from Season 1 and seeing how they stack up with their successors in Season 2. Each character in Season 1 and Season 2 also has their own unique sleeves. The backs are art for each of the individual characters. If you've played any sort of collectible card game in the past, these aren't going to be anything particularly new or special, but it's nice to have them to protect your cards so that the hundreds of dollars that you spent on the Legendary Collection stay intact, basically, for years to come. Additionally, each character in the Season 1 and Season 2 promo packs has their own special promo to add to their deck, as well as a randomizer card, which I didn't realize was something this game was missing, but makes picking characters a lot more fair than just someone reaching for their favorite and yanking it out of the box before you can get to it. A very welcome addition. I really wish it were part of the base game instead of a promo, but I'm glad to have it at all. I wasn't sure what to expect with the painted miniatures, to be honest. I've been collecting miniatures for various D&D games from Wizards of the Coast since D&D 3.5, so I'm used to a certain standard of quality when I'm opening up a box of miniatures. I haven't really played around with the build-your-own mini services like Hero Forge, but I've definitely seen the results come in from friends and other players at the table, and they've all really liked what they've gotten back. So I was really hoping that I was going to have a similar reaction when I opened up these miniatures, and I have to say, these are pretty darn good. The camera doesn't really do them full justice, and it was very hard to display them in a way that the light would actually capture the attention to detail that went into each. But these are very nice miniatures. They're not going to be top-of-the-line award-winning, but they're definitely not the low-tier junk that you might get from someone who's using a bad resin from their 3D printer. Finally, we get to the Dice Throne Adventures game itself. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this game is designed to be a dungeon crawl, and it does have legacy content in it, so I'm not going to be opening up all of the components and card packs that are in here. We'll go through what's readily accessible, and you're also going to be able to see a couple of pages in the rulebook that outline all of the components that are in the box before we go through here as well. So without further ado, here it is! Like I said at the start of the video, wow, this is a lot of game. We've got a robust cast of characters, an awesome legacy adventure to look forward to, beautiful miniatures, a million cards to sleeve, and memories to make. Thanks so much for watching this unboxing, and until next time, great gaming.
If you like what you just saw, please support us by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel for more great gaming content.